Hey, it's Big Game James McCarty, Sports Director at Flag Family Media. We're here now with Karla Nelson, the Dragon women's basketball head coach. Coach, your team keeps getting more and more experience game by game. It seems as though, they're getting a little bit more mature game by game as well. What have you liked from your team this past weekend as you keep doing that building block that we went through the last couple of months?
I like the response from Friday to Saturday. Friday was just a mess. Southwest really is a tough matchup for us. We couldn't play our normal lineup at all, especially in the second half. But I did see some good things out of the second half that we can maybe use in our next game. But I liked our response. I thought Taryn Johnson, my Metcalf, Natalie Jens, Abby Berge really stepped up and played really well. So, again, our bench came through big time for us, and they're just going to need to keep doing that.
And it seems as though these last couple of games as well, you've had a couple of different players step up that have played well, whether it's been Metcalf or Berge or whoever, but it seems as though it's trying to get all 10 or 11 players in rotation to have that same kind of fire and consistency for 40 minutes. How are you as a coach trying to work through that and get that to finally come together for a full 40?
Well, if I've coached long enough to realize you're probably not going to get all 10 or 11, 12 to play great on the same night. It's just it's virtually impossible. But, ideally you would like a majority of them to play well. And, I think the big things that I see in league play are Southwest, for instance, creates a lot of mismatches, and we do not match up well. But in turn, I also see that our bench probably matches up better. And then against who did we play on? Sioux Falls. How about, that's old age right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, dementia setting in. Okay. I thought against Sioux Falls, everybody really, I thought for the most part, from, the Natalie Jens to the end of the bench, I thought really played really well.
And I've noticed as well the last couple of games, I think kind of in Wayne it started to settle in, but Ashley Gustavson coming in as a graduate, getting a couple more minutes a game. How has that helped your team depth-wise, experience-wise, and just kind of all around being able to have somebody who's been around the league and one of the few players in your roster that's actually seen the other gyms, that's seen the other opponents and been able to maybe help out a little bit more vocally on the court? Well,
first of all, I love Gus, right? She doesn't shut up. She's talking on the bench, on the floor. I think that's the thing that I love. She brings really good energy, that experience that you mentioned. And she's, pretty confident right now offensively. And there's no question, had maybe things gone a little smoother for her at the beginning, she probably would had played a lot more in the beginning. But, now's the perfect time for her to step up and allow us to use that experience and for her to play with confidence. And and I got to get her on the floor more so that I don't have to sit there and listen to her on the bench so much, because she's always like right behind me in my ear saying, all sorts of stuff, and it's not quiet, it's always loud. So I'm like, good God, I got to get this kid in the game so I don't have to listen to this. So, but I really love the energy that she's brought, and it's been a lot of fun, and I just really love having her part of our program.
And seeing some more confidence now out of your team and seeing a little bit more consistency overall game by game. When you look at these two matchups this weekend, Minnesota Duluth, Concordia St. Paul, what are going to be the biggest key or two to being able to be successful in both of those matchups?
Well, we're going to have to handle physicality both nights. I would like to say that that's kind of basketball we'd like to play, but in turn, maybe they'll be too physical for us. I don't know, but we'll have to match that. We'll have to, they each have skilled players, so we'll have to have good matchups defensively, and then there's some things offensively that I think that we can do, but they both bring in a lot of veterans, and in veterans you're going to get some smart basketball players, and hopefully we can match that.
Awesome. Well, hey, Coach, thank you for coming at your time. We always appreciate it. Good luck this weekend. We're looking forward to watching your squad take on a couple of opponents and hopefully get a couple of wins.
And hopefully next week when you ask me questions, I'll remember who we played. That would be probably beneficial for all the fans out there. So isn't that nice?
Awesome. I'm Big Game James McCarty with Coach Karla Nelson. Have a great rest of your day.